Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be drawing Courtney Love as part of my Drawing My Favourite Icons series. So let's get into the video. As you may have noticed, this is a slightly different way to how I normally film my videos because this time I have an entire week to film. So I used that week. This was filmed over multiple different days. I can't remember, but things might change slightly, like lighting, setup, etc. Um, I did have a very busy week, so I didn't end up using the entire week to film this. So I did take about the same time, but I had a little bit more relaxing time to film this video, which was great for me. And I just want to talk about Courtney Love here. So Courtney Love is a very controversial person, which I will not be getting into because I will have an argument over a lot of things. But I love Courtney Love's music, whole, especially Lifter This and Celebrity Skin. I love their early 90s songs. It's amazing. Um, but I don't want to talk about actually Courtney Love herself because I do know there's a lot of controversial topics within that topic, and a lot of people won't agree. But I think music wise, she is a really iconic grunge singer, just really amazing music, and I really like her music stuff and style. So I picked a screenshot from one of my favourite songs, Celebrity Skin. It was really hard to get something where I could see like her face really well, but also get the guitar in because I really wanted to get this guitar in, like I say in most videos. So I took a screenshot, which was really blurry. You know, the 90s film, not great. But I got this really good screenshot and I started to draw off that. And for this video, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to say what I would like to say over the video footage and then edit the footage to that. So if things feel a little bit off or you don't quite like how it's done and you prefer the way I normally film my videos and edit my videos, please do inform me. If you do not mind or you prefer this style, please also inform me because I would like to know which way makes it more interesting for people who are actually watching this. So let's get into it. So the main things I wanted to have from this really grainy photo I have Courtney Love. Her hair. It's amazing. It's like all from here. It looks like it was plaited and then like left overnight. It looks really good. It's very voluminous. So, but I wanted that part in. And then obviously her guitar, very important part of the thing. This guitar is actually pink. She's really cool. And then there's a full black outfit, so I needed a lot of highlights to show where things are. And for the background, I was thinking just to, I don't normally do this, normally I just have like splatters or something. I decided I was going to have lettering because I thought that would look really cool, you know, having the letters behind her and stuff. It made it look more like a screenshot from a music video or something. The only problem I had with this is that in the actual screenshot, obviously, there's the rest of the band whole, because you know it's not a single from Courtney. This is a band album. So I did have that slight misfortune, but apart from that, it was pretty good. So I had all this planned out in my head, and then I realised it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to get the face in properly. So I looked up some other photos of Courtney Love to do this, but I had to be very careful because I had to only pick ones from the 90s because Courtney Love did get quite a bit of plastic surgery, I think in somewhere in the 2000s, because she looks very different from how she did back in the 90s. I prefer how she looks in the 90s, that's personal preference, so, but yeah. I also realised after, this is a small mistake I made, but not the only mistake, but just a small mistake I noticed after, is that when I put in the guitar, I put the guitar in too far forward, so it's like closer to her body when this actual photo, when you're looking at it, that you more have the neck of the guitar in front of her head instead of the actual body in front of her. So you can see more of her midriff. But it's not major. It's okay. Another main reason I actually did write celebrity skin behind her is because I was scared that you wouldn't be able to actually tell who this is. So I put celebrity skin. And yeah, but the reason I was nervous, maybe people wouldn't know about her and know who it was, because I didn't do a great job of drawing her, first of all. Like for likenesses, it's not great. And also, because Courtney Love, most of the people who will know her from the 2000s, like I said, because there was a lot of like lawsuits and stuff around that time, and that's when she got the plastic surgery. So it's a bit different, and I was scared that maybe people wouldn't recognize her because she doesn't look the same. So I decided I'd put that in the background so people can definitely tell who this is. So, color wise, I tried to match the colors as close as I could to the original video, but there was minor problems here as well. First of all, my colors with watercolor, I wasn't using white at the moment, and I don't actually have a proper red, I just have a magenta in my watercolor. So the pink colour didn't actually turn out as pink as on the film. Second problem with the yellow, I wasn't quite sure how to get that colour. It looked really white blonde almost in the photo I had, and I kind of used a golden colour, which doesn't really match. But I did fix that a bit later with like white highlights and everything. So that problem mainly fixed, but there was a tiny bit of a problem. Celebrity skin, I just picked a random colour, kind of purpley magenta colour, and I think it looked pretty good. Also, from this point forward, roughly, I do start using a couple of shots from different angles to make it more interesting. You can't see my painting as well, but it changes it up a tiny bit. I think the hardest part of the entire colouring process was the arm sleeves, because arm sleeves, what? Um, her sleeves, because they're kind of sheer fabric, and you can see the colour of her skin underneath. So I tried to do that. I have done sheer fabrics in the past. I'm not sure if I don't have any photos of these. I'm very sorry, but I think it was about 2 years ago now. Oh yeah, because it had been before COVID. Yeah, so about 2 years ago, and I had done it with pen. And the difference between this and watercolor is that I'm really impatient, and with pen, the pen dries really quickly. Put over the next color, everything's good. Watercolor, we don't let it dry; they smudge together. And even if you do let it dry, it will always mix a tiny bit. So I see that to work around. I also had the fact that everything else is also kind of similar colors. It's kind of grey, black. She's wearing all black, so like some of the highlights are kind of more greyish, and obviously I need a shade. So yeah, there was a little bit of fiddling around with that, but it was overall okay. I managed to do what I needed to do for this specific painting, so everything was fine. Other things I struggled a bit around was the nose, especially the nose. Trying to get it shaded, kind of coloured in, but also like not, also just the shape of it in general. Her leggings, trying to get them to look like two different legs and not just one big black mass. Um, I struggled. I also seem to be making the exact same mistake which I mentioned in every video, and also even mentioned in one of my videos, especially about watercolor, giving tips to other watercolor artists. And this mistake is never put watercolor paint, down beside an area where there is wet watercolor paint. And I was like, never do this. It's very important because this will make the water spread. Actually, it's not a never do this. It's more like be careful when doing this. So only do this if you want that special effect. But I don't listen to my own advice, and I ended up doing this a lot and having to compensate and fix this mistake multiple times, which isn't the most fun. I believe at this oh yeah, my nail colour has changed. I do suspect that it did because I'm pretty sure it was done over the week, and then I had filmed this last part like after the weekend, so I think about Sunday-ish. So after I'd gone to a friend and gotten my nails painted. And by this point they are already really chipped in this video, and ended up coming off on Friday. So the last bit of the video, which I had actually, because I had started filming this video 2 weeks ago, and at this point, this is a week before you see it, so this was filmed about 3 weeks ago, the first part, and then my nails changed, and then it was chipped, and I finished filming this on Saturday, and today is Tuesday. Well, most of the audio was actually recorded yesterday, so yeah, I took a lot more time for this video. But I am glad I did, because I'm very happy with how this came out. I think the shading's pretty good. It still has that same style that I think is now pretty much my general style for these videos. And there's enough detail that I feel like it looks quite good. I feel like I'm always saying this, and I mainly say that because very few people actually remember to actually interact with me in the comments. Slightly annoying, but I'm gonna ask again if there's any artists, mainly singers. I think this is my icons are kind of mostly singers, but if there are any artists that you would like me to draw, please tell me down in the comments. Because I quite enjoyed this series. Tell me if you enjoy watching this series as well. But basically, what else? The other things I was doing were just tiny details, small things like little shading things, like underneath her chin or her nose or her eyes. And this is a really bad angle, but or like little highlights or little places where I missed out on color. And these are the kind of details that I do go over every single time. And yes, I'm sorry, this lighting is really, really, really bad. But I filmed this part for Instagram actually. But basically I added in highlights, I tried to make it look a little bit more 3D, change a couple of things, just make it look as good as I can make it look, which isn't great to be honest. Generally, I try very hard with these videos because I feel like those are real people. I don't want to like offend them, even though they'll never see this video. But I don't want to make a drawing of someone I like that looks really bad. So I put in a lot of effort, but I'm not always that happy with how these turn out. I'm decently happy with how this turned out. It wasn't my best one ever. I think the one I was most happy when I was finished doing this, I was like really happy. The first one I did, quite funny because the first one I did was Kurt Cobain. It would be really interesting if I did. It would be really cool if this was the last one I was going to make. But I probably will make other ones, so it's not going to be. But I was really happy when I finished the Kurt Cobain one. I'm decently happy with this one. Like I'm like, yeah. If you're a big fan of Courtney Love, you probably tell it's Courtney Love. I think a big giveaway is the fact that it says celebrity skin behind her because it was one of her biggest hits. But I think if you're big into Courtney Love, then you recognise her. I mean, I hope you would. So yeah, they're just after some tiny little details, and I forget to notice that my camera is really zoomed in, so you won't be able to see half what I'm doing. I was basically finished. And sorry for the terrible and really weird shot of paint tube and my nails. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next week. And please tell me if you enjoyed this. Goodbye!